for pleasure.
Oh, my bad. Just see Daniel just look at me, take an awkward long sip of his coffee.
You say you're gonna try to seduce him because you're doing a super unsubtle job.
It makes me look better by just sitting here being sane.
I know, right?
It's all part of his master plan.
I'm feeding into his strengths. I'm distracting him so that when Vivian socially maneuvers,
Vivian. Sorry.
he's not paying attention.
She is one of the characters in a game that has recently sucked my soul away.
Vivian?
Yeah.
No. I'm hopefully not playing the same character by chance.
No, you're not. Not in the slightest. Although a little bit, but not really. Kind of. We'll talk about it.
Kind of, sorry.
No, a little.
I do like soul sucking, so I'm
Absolutely,
interested.
A bit. We'll talk later.
Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. What was the question again?
So you guys make small talk. Charlie engages him fairly cohesively. Oh! Charlie drops the bombshell. In that, as you guys are talking, she looks at Daniel and she says, "So, what do you think about the solar planet?" And as predicted, everyone in the room turns to look at Charlie and then turns to look at Daniel. Victor is the only one who's not looking at either party. He is instead staring into his cup of coffee.
I look into his cup of coffee. Just in case, there's the universal secret being revealed in there.
Well, the stigmatics do that.
It's Victor, you never know.
Sometimes they look at a cup of coffee and they see the workings of the God machine. That is why you carry them around.
Well, sometimes to see the workings of the God machine, sometimes to drop their pocket watch into the coffee pot.
And then they're wondering the best way to get it out. Especially without attracting undue attention.
Ow, ow. Oh no, that's just structure. My bad.
I thought I dropped my watch in there.
We see somebody standing at a brick wall knocking. What are you doing? Nobody's answering. It's a brick wall. No, I'm knocking on this. Oh, that's infrastructure. I gotta go.
It's happened. Daniel. I think that honestly, I think it's a great idea. It brings jobs, helps the city's power grid, and getting the extra land. The land that we can get for the solar plant, the solar farm, as well as the grid infrastructure to build it and to connect it to the city, is, while not from what I hear, it opens up the precedent for cities to then buy other land to use for housing, to use for public works, to use for just general quality of life developments that the city has previously been unable to obtain because there's literally only so much space.
Fascinating conversation. I'd love to continue it, but which restroom would you like me to use?
That one.
Hey.
There's one literally down the hall and to the left. I am, however, I don't know, it seems like the topic of conversation, no matter where you go these days, is how do you feel about solar farm? Well, how do you feel about solar farm? I don't necessarily agree with eco-terrorists, but, when the news is slow, that's the news. Why? Charlie will respond after I'm done. Charlie took an inopportune sip of coffee.
She does that sometimes.
Oh, I'm working on the project, so it's always nice to see what people think. I actually don't know what the rest of you think. I'd love to hear your opinions.
I think it's an important step to our evil plan.
I'm not gonna lie. The moment when the mortal asks an innocuous question and the entire ring of demons is stuck, just staring at each other like, who's got this one, guys?
This is your pet. Use leisure.
That was the best shit. Ember Hill has become the scene of the best ring moments ever.
Well, I am always for progress forward as long as we are able to maintain the monuments of our past. So I am for the planet. In addition to
For the history.
for history.
Well, I mean, I would certainly hope so. Big Studio Entertainment is one of our primary supporters.
Yes, is somewhat necessary for some of the grand dreams that some of my associates and myself might hold for the city. I merely stated that I support the history as well as I know some of the people that are less for the plant are less inclined to change. And are afraid that the history will be erased if they move forward too far. I do not think that's a fear. Or I do not think that's a reason to fear.
It's interesting. It's good to see. I mean, like, I know a lot of the... It's the only topic of discussion that I ever hear about, honestly. I mean, a lot of very important people in the city are very much for the power plant because of all the problems it solves, but... including Mr. Perez. He came by the other day. That's why I was thinking about him. And how it seems like it's just interesting to see that so many influential people would be for a project and yet see so much resistance in different arenas.
Well, whenever you've got a project of this size, you've got to balance out the eminent domain. Who are we going to be displacing? What kind of public operations we're going to be destroying? The environmental impacts.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, you know, that's the state's concern, and that's where the state is.
Well, change is frightening. People want to change without wanting to change themselves.
But it's, you know, it's... I have to admit, there's just this... There's this curious conundrum, shall we say, in that we get so many VIPs who call our office who are asking questions about who want to get as much information as they can because they're trying to decide, do they want to support it, is it socially acceptable, is it environmentally friendly? Of course it's environmentally friendly. But what the impact is going to be to flora and fauna and the wildlife, and what happens when we get rid of that farmland and then turn it into this purpose, and power lines and transmission and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh my god, I wanted to have a Dizzy come back right there. Would not be playing with my character, but be funny is, I thought it was still going to be a farm. ... The solar is coming in lovely this season.
It's growing well.
I'm watering it with the energy drink.
It's got what plants crave.
Electrolytes.
However, there's so much resistance, it seems like, and so much lack of attention to what's already happening inside the city. It's intriguing. Daniel is the one who responds. And he just kind of looks at her, measuringly. Best way to put that. He gives her a very measuring stare. And says, What exactly do you mean by that?
Thank you, Daniel.
Charlie just completely misses the fact that he might have a stake in what she's talking about.
Charlie seems to be confused about that a lot.
I just kind of quirk an eyebrow, like, really?
Well, I mean, take for instance, while I was looking for a job, I was looking at the University of Acidus. You know, thinking about going back to school and getting financial aid and all of that. All of the financial programs go for technical degrees. Acidus is great at producing, or I should say, Acidus has all of the resources to produce world-class, and has produced world-class physicists and engineers and chemists and scientists of all different stripe and color. Why is 70% of the human body devoted to the humanities? Why is... And that's what boggles my mind. All of these beneficiaries, all of these very important people, all of these persons of note, shall we say, are sitting in a city where artists are living in squalor. In the warehouse district, you know, 5, 10, 15 squatters to a building, because the university is not allocating funds properly. Why didn't anyone fix that? Why are we suddenly invested in a solar farm that isn't doing anything for us yet? Not to say that I like the solar farm. It's a great idea. It just boggles me a little bit.
Well, that's not fair. Different people are responsible for solving different problems. It's sort of like saying, why hasn't this hospital resolved the crime issues in the city when they're donating so much energy to researching cancer? That's what hospitals do. The crime is the police officer's problem. Fixing the university's budget is the university's accountant's issue, not city engineering and power department.
Surprisingly enough, with the number of refugees here in Acidus, the crime rate is fairly low. No, it's just interesting side note, like, how many refugees are now here? We expected a much higher spike in the crime rate.
Charlie begins to say, well, yeah, but when you look at the money from these people, and she gets as far as P before Victor, interestingly enough, just, like, he goes to get up to get more coffee, and he bumps the table, just spills his cup all over everything.
My documents?
Some. Daniel manages to grab the plans off the table, but some of the contracting bids.
Well, you have
oh, God, I'm so sorry. Daniel, where are the napkins? And she's like, oh my gosh. Crap. Like, oh. And so they, like, Daniel goes and gets napkins, and the three of them are cleaning up. Victor is helping. Getting napkins. There was undoubtedly a very fascinating interplay there between those three individuals, but...
Well, once everybody's had a moment to breathe and calm down, I'm going to take that opportunity to try to steer the whole conversation back to what we came here.
Yes. Yes.
Well, now that our plans are a little bit more caffeinated.
Well played. Let's, actually. We could all do with some fresh air.
So I would love to take a closer look at the backyard.
Yes. I'm
And on that
interested in
note-
seeing on how it can be improved. Yes. I would like to see what I can do with the backyard.
Oh, no. I have to pee. Go race first. Oh my god.
Because they give racehorses diuretics.
What?
They give racehorses diuretics.
Whatever.
And then they tell the horse, you can go to the bathroom when you get to the end of the track.
Well, they go to the bathroom before they.
No, they make them hold it.
It's like, go to the bathroom over there.
No, you can go when you get over there.
Maybe that's what they should do.
And then the horse runs really, 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 really fast.
But you run funny when you're holding it in.
That's why you see the horses fall down every once in a while.
Oh.
Yeah.
They held it too long.
Eh.
It starts coming out while they're running. No, it's in the way! Ah!
Drops a pebble right as it's running. It kicks the pebble before it hits the ground. Just goes up, hits the jockey behind him in the head. Oh, shit shot. Something like that.
Something like
Pretty close to that.
Look out!
that. Was that me getting shit shotted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Squinty eye.
You're a squinty eye.
That's racist.
So is is everyone glad they brought their NPCs along?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
I gotta fix Charlie.
Yeah.
Put her on a shorter leash.
No, she needs to stay off her leash, but I need to fix her. I'm gonna give her a deal for memories. She's gonna get her memories back up so she remembers Diana. Has to fix that. And then I gotta make her astigmatic. After I fix that.
So, are you planning on wording the contract so both of those things are benefits to her, or is one which are changing to the other?
No, it's two separate contracts.
So what are you getting out of both?
Cover.
Yep.
It's delicious, delicious cover. Nom 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 nom.
Alright. So you guys go out to the backyard.
Vanessa is just watching Charlie. She's paying a lot of attention. She's forming a contract in her head. Damn.
I have to check to make sure I have something. Ew, of course I don't.
Are you ripping out my liver?
I think there's a different word for that one.
Where's your
Liver Maw.
That is not
Calling
where my
Maw is the
heart
name of a god.
Also, not where my heart
Did I
is.
share the
You
storytelling
can do
today
it if
with
you
you?
like.
No.
I don't think it's in the stories of that. I think it might be in Flowers of Hell.
Your flowers of hell.
Your hell smells of flowers.
Like,
Okay,
actually,
I'll roll with that.
Alright.
Durian flowers.
Ugh. Rude. Rude, sir. It is in here. Thank God.
Ow.
But
Ow.
What?
I taste pennies.
I know that kisses.
Ow!
Ow. Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
She trying to heal your boobs?
No, she's just trying to poke me in the stomach until it hurts again. For some reason. Here's a chopstick over here. It's more pokey.
Helps. Need helps. She has my hand.
Yeah.
Rude.
You should ask before you stick it in.
You need affirmative consent.
Yeah.
You can't.
She has her yoga pants on, so it's like 5 layers.
Awkward.
Rainbows.
Ah!
Bad girl.
Naughty, naughty.
Naughty.
Show me on the doll where you want her to touch you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so